There's a new rave hitting the college scene. New rave going on. A competitive sport is now being embraced, I should say, in the college scene. And they're forming teams for this. This is even more scary. They're forming freaking teams for this. For actual competitive competition. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you. These schools are now endorsing a fictional game that was in a children's fantasy book series as a sport for play in Ivy League college schools. Yes, I am talking about Harry Potter Quidditch. Now, if anybody doesn't know what Quidditch is, it's all the little wizards get on their broomsticks and go flying around. And they have balls they chuck through these 3 giant rings. And then there's this little tiny ball with wings that flies around like Mach 2. And there's one guy on either team that goes around and tries to catch that. Okay? And the other people there's one guy who stands in front of the 3 rings and he knocks the balls away when people with the other balls that they carry around and basically tackle the shit out of each other and try to kill each other to throw the balls through those rings to get points. Okay, I'm just giving you the brief overview in case you've never seen it. If you haven't, where the hell have you been? Harry Potter's been everywhere. But anyway, besides the point. These colleges, Ivy League schools, are making Quidditch teams. I shit you not. They are making Quidditch teams. They really are. I'm not kidding you. I'm not. And you have to see, if you ever get a chance, type it, like go on YouTube or something and look and type it in. These morons get dressed up in skirts and stuff like they do in the movie. They actually have broomsticks they put between their legs and run around with them. They run around with them. They don't leave the ground. They just run around with them. And they have the balls. And they're throwing them. And they're tackling each other. And these people gather around this. And they watch it like they were... like they were the freaking opposing houses in Harry Potter. College kids from Ivy League schools throwing broomsticks between their legs, running around, throwing balls at one another, tackling it, and trying and pretending they are wizards playing Quidditch. Ivy League schools. People with brains. You think I'm making this up? No, I'm not. They are really doing this, ladies and germs. Really doing this. And it is drawing national attention. Because there's multiple schools getting involved with this now. And the schools think it's great. I don't. Because you are telling these kids it is awesome to live in a fantasy land. Appalling. Absolutely friggin' appalling. I am dead serious. I am not kidding when I tell you this. It's actually scary. These kids who are going to school to become future lawyers and politicians, that is going to be their skeleton in their closet now. Because now you're going to have somebody digging this up. What did you do? I played Quidditch. I was on the Quidditch World Cup. Oh, really? You were an extra in the movie? No. I was really in the World Cup. I played Quidditch. Now, my question to them is one. How in the hell did you leave the ground? You have to leave the ground to play this game. And how did they mimic a ball that flies around at Mach 2? Are you kidding me? These are college kids. Now, I know college guys, don't you have anything that's better to do? Like going out and get bombed? Or anything of that nature? No. We're going to sit around and play Quidditch. What's even worse is they are drawing large crowds of these. How can somebody sit there with a straight face and watch this? Am I the only one that finds this retarded? I mean, seriously. I mean, there's one thing with people dressing up as their favorite Harry Potter character and waiting for a book till all hours. I mean, people do it for everything. For PlayStations, for the iPad, for cell phones, for God's sakes. People do that, okay? Whatever. All right, I see them and so on and so forth. Yeah, okay, whatever. But now you are taking a fictional fantasy game and it is being embraced and heavily watched. No. 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 This cannot be. This can absolutely not be. This has to come to an end. I mean, I'm all for non-uptight stuff, but I got to tell you something. This is just moronic. Moronic. This is dumb. I mean, this is the epitome of dumb. And we wonder why other countries make fun of us. Need I say any more? Need I say any more? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Yes, Quidditch is real, ladies and germs. Quidditch is real. But yet these people don't leave the ground. And they don't have wands to cast spells on you. Or any of that stuff. These are actual, honest college kids that are paying ungodly amounts of money to attend a very prestigious school, and they are pretending to be wizards flying around on broomsticks. Hence the education system in this country again. And from what I've heard, there's actually some colleges that are actually teaching courses in Quidditch. This just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. I want to know what kind of credits that what that goes towards. And you're actually going to put that on a resume? Specialities. I was a master Quidditch player. I can really huck the shit out of that bodger. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? I mean, you got Star Trek conventions and you got Star Wars conventions. They're one thing. I mean, one day out of the year or something, you have individuals dress up as your favorite character, and you go with other people that admire the show and the movies as well, and you go to the convention and you trade stuff and stuff like that. I can see that. I can see that. But when you're actually in a competitive nature, and you don't see the individuals at Star Trek and Star Wars conventions shooting each other with laser beams and pretending they have, they're moving you with the Force, stuff like that. And yet these people have broomsticks between their legs, running around, holding it too, like they were flying. College kids. I'm going to say this again. Educated college kids. I mean, kids that had to have a good education to get into these schools in the first place. Are you serious? This is the problem with the education system in this country. Enough said.
It may just be the most famous fake game in the world, and it's really catching on with college and high school students. For anyone who's a fan of Harry Potter, you know that what you're looking at is Quidditch. It is as familiar and as fun as the books and the films. But for those who actually play the game, it's anything but fantasy. The 2010 Quidditch World Cup is kicking off in New York City November 13th and 14th.